Yeah. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I'm here to help you understand what should be the daily routine of a CAT aspirant. No, an effective CAT aspirant. Yes. Now, I understand that annually, right? Annually, there are about 3 to 4 lakh people, 3 to 4 Indians who decide on giving the CAT in that particular year. Yes, as and when they near the date of registration, most of them, at least about 30 percentage of them, draw their views back. Yes, they decide on not giving the CAT that year because they think they are not much ready for that. Yes, what they have in their mind is an inhibition, yes, a fear that tells them that they may not be able to crack CAT that particular year. Yes, and ultimately about 2.5 lakh people register for the test. Even after registering, not all 2.5 lakh people turn up for the test. Yes, about 50,000 people, about 50 to 60,000 people draw their votes back again. Yes, and they put their swords back into their holsters and sit down. Yes, so they decide not to go ahead with CAT that particular year. Now, what is the reason behind it? Yes, is the reason that they are not well prepared with the concept? Probably. Is the reason that they are afraid of the test? Probably. Yes, the entire thing, all the reasons summed together, all the reasons put together. Yes, if you were to come up with one solid reason as to why someone decided not to give that CAT that particular year, would be because they were not comfortable with the test. Yes, now what I have for you is what should you do on a daily basis to become comfortable with the test, to prepare for the test, to be prepared enough to take up the CAT without drawing yourself back from there. Yes, so let's quickly talk about a few things that you would require, right, on a daily basis to understand how to become an effective CAT aspirant. Yes, my name, ladies and gentlemen, is Amit Surana. I am an aeronautical engineer from Chennai. I've been doing this for over 6 years. I've been helping people crack various different competitive exams. Yes, and I've helped over 2 lakh students achieve all their goals. If you are planning on sharing this on any of your social media platforms, please go ahead and do that. But do not forget to tag CAT Live Daily. Now, first things first, right? Let's every time we need to calculate something. Yes, we always go from the back. Yeah, so let's do what we normally do. Let's abide by our virtue and find out how much time is left so that we can calculate it that way. Yes, so first things first, the test would usually happen in the third or the fourth week of the month of November. Yes, so we are well into June right now. That basically means that gives us about 5 months of time. Yes. Now, in these 5 months of time, you will not be able to prepare for the entire 5 months. Yes, there will be a few days that you will, probably not feel like preparing. A few days where you would feel a little low. You might want, some kind of a motivation, some kind of a booster. Yes, so what I have done is, including the buffer, including the mock test period, yes, including the revision period, all of that set aside, you would spend about 1 month for that. Yes, so about 1 month would be spent for what? For your buffer. Yes, this could be spent for revision. Yes, this could be spent for giving mock tests, of course. Yes, so the last 1 month you can let go of. Yes, ultimately you would be left with what? 4 months in your hand. Yes. Now, in these 4 months, what you should do on a daily basis? How should you spend your day? How much time should you give for a preparation of CAT? And what are the other things also that would play a major role in your preparation, or at least in calling yourself prepared for the test? Yes. Hello everyone. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I'm so glad you guys could make it on a Sunday afternoon. Yes. So let's start with this. Yeah, so we have 4 months, right? We have 4 months of time left. That basically gives us what? Around 120 days. Yes. So in 120 days, that you have left in your hand right now, how should you prepare for CAT? What are the things that you should keep in mind is what we would talk about. Yes. First things first, you need to identify which category do you fall under. Yes. Are you someone who is still working? Are you a working professional? Or are you a student? Yes. So these people fall under one area, right? Working professionals and student of a of an ongoing course. Yes. Or are you someone who has dropped out, or are you someone who has taken a vacation, a sabbatical? Yes. That basically means, are you free for the entire day? Yes. So this is the differentiation. Yes. So if you are a working professional, if you are a student, then you will have to ensure that whatever you are doing currently, you will have to involve, you will have to squeeze in the time to prepare for CAT in that particular given time. Yes. So if you are from this category, if you are from category A, that basically means you will have to do something extra. Yes. What do I mean by extra? You would have to find out a balance between what you're doing normally and what you should be doing for CAT. Yes. That basically means if you are, studying, or if you are working somewhere, that means you cannot skip the time that you are supposed to give it. Yes. So let's say I'm just giving you an example. So if you are someone who has to work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yes. If you are someone who has to work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., that means these 8-9 hours are way off your schedule. Yes. And you can add an extra hour for your buffer. That basically means out of the 24 hours. So for someone from category A, out of the 24 hours, yes, obviously you can't make the entire 24 hours very efficient. So what could you do? You'll have to split this. Yes. So you'll have to split this into 12 hours of everything else. This would include you sleeping, eating, which is extremely important. Yes. Now the remaining 12 hours, out of the remaining 12 hours, you may not be able to spend the time that you're giving for your work or for your undergrad or whatever. Yes. That basically means you will be left with how much? Out of these 12 hours, you will be left with about 3 hours to spend. Yes. So how would you accommodate preparing for something that is very well hyped up? Yes, the test CAT, which actually stands for its hype. Yes, the amount of hype that this test is given, it actually stands true for it. Yes. The amount of preparation required that people tell outside is definitely true. Yeah. So 3 hours a day does not seem sufficient. Yes. So what would you have to do in this case? You would have to back out. You would have to rely upon your weekends and your holidays, right? So you would have weekends, you would have holidays. You will try to balance it there. And if you are someone who does not have other commitments, let's say you do not have if you are not studying right now, if you're not working right now, if you have taken a break, yes, if you have taken a break in order to prepare for CAT, very good decision. Yes. Here what would you do? In this case you can solidly spend, so out of the 24 hours that you have, yes, let's say in this case you would probably take in 15 to 16 hours of everything else. Yeah. And the remaining 8 to 9 hours you would have in your hand that you can actually spend for preparation. Yes. Yugant, yes, we will talk about that. Of course, we'll talk about that, Yugant. Yes. So you have to understand this, right? First, identify what you are. Are you from A or are you from B? Yes. So once you have identified that, once you have understood that, okay, this is the reality, right? This is the reality. I can probably cut down 1 or 2 hours out of this, right? I can probably cut down 1 or 2 hours out of this, make it 3, 4, 5 hours or whatever, but that will not be efficient. Yes. So when I say 3 hours, I mean 100% of your efforts to be put in that. When I say 8 to 9 hours, I mean 100% of your efforts to be put in that. Yes, You either go 0 or you go 1 in this particular time period. You cannot be, half and half. You cannot be thinking about, watching a movie and at the same time preparing for, your test. Yes. So you'll have to decide whether you want to be on this side or this side. Yes. And we'll also talk about what, what percentage of the time should be spent doing what. Yes. So first things first, let's split the time. Yes, let's split the time. Yes. From now on, we will be identifying category A people to be someone who is working or studying. Category B people who are not doing any of this. Yes. I don't mean no disrespect. Yes. But the reason why I use this term is because you have more chances, you have higher amount of time that you can spend on preparing. Yes. So everyone else would fall under this, right? Let me put it like this way. Everyone else would fall under this. Yes. Now let's look at this on a weekday. On a weekday, yes, for category A people, I understand you might not have much time. Yes, so you will have to spend about 3 hours. Yes, you cannot spend more than that. You would have to spend about 3 hours. Yes. On the other hand, category B people have a solid, 7 hours, 6 hours period. Yes. So if I remove all the buffer, all the breaks that you take, yes, all of that, you would have about 6 hours left for you on the hand. Yeah. But let's talk about what is the standard amount of time required to prepare for CAT. Yes. So based on a lot of theories, based on a lot of calculation, yes, people say that about 600 hours. Yes, you would require about 600 hours worth of preparation to call yourself prepared for CAT. Yes, 600 hours. And this is what on an average. This basically means if you are someone who is well versed with the concepts of CAT, yes, then you can spend less than 600. And if you are someone who is not comfortable with, verbal aptitude or quantitative aptitude or LR and DI, then you might have to give in something extra also. So on an average, one must spend about 600 hours. Yes. And what do I know? I know that there are 120 days left. Yes, 120 days left. That basically means I must spend somewhere around 5 hours a day. Correct? This is just math speaking. This is just mathematics speaking. I'm not doing anything here, right? So you need to ensure that you somehow cover up 5 hours a day quota. Yes. So if you can cover up 5 hours a day quota, you can complete the 600 hours and at least call yourself the average kind. Yes. If you want to, score more than the average, you will have to spend more time than the average. That's pretty understood. Yes. Great. Okay. So let's look at this. Yes. Now 3 hours on a weekday, right? 3 hours on a weekday is too less. I understand, right? So for both categories A and B, you will have to spend somewhere around 6 to 8 hours. Yes. On the weekends. Yes. 6 to 8 hours on the weekends. Yes. And this is especially for category A guys. Yeah. Because for whatever you are losing here, you will have to, compensate it here. Yes. So somewhere around 6 to 8 hours, you must definitely spend at least in the first few months of your preparation. Yes. Now in these hours, 6 hours, 3 hours, 8 hours, whatever, what are the things that you will do? Yes. First things first, you will have to learn something. Yes. Learning should happen. Yes. That means whatever are the new concepts, old concepts, you will have to refresh your memory. You will have to go through things that you have already gone through, right? So learning is an important part, of course. Yes. And it would start with that. Once you are done learning, you have to make sure that you apply whatever you've learned. Yes. So the application part, that is nothing but practice of the questions. Yes. That should happen here. And after this, you need to test yourself. Yes, you need to put yourself under the pressure, under the, under the effect of a test to ensure that you are ready for something more complex. Yes. So these three things are required. Now, let me tell you the ratio of it, right? If I say that, 2 parts, right? 2 parts of a particular day, if I spend in learning, That means I have to spend one part of it in application and one part of it as a test. Are you getting this? Yes. So if you are someone who can successfully spend 4 hours a day, right? 4 hours a day, then what would you do? You would spend 2 hours learning. Yes. You would spend 1 hour, whatever you have practiced, you would spend that 1 hour practicing it. Yes. So whatever you've learned, you will have to practice that for that 1 hour. And the entirety of it, right? After you are done practicing, you will have to put yourself under the implications of a test, right? Under the ambience of a test, which means 1 hour of test. Yes. Now it is not possible. It is not possible for you to take up a test every day. Understandable, clearly understandable, right? You may not be able to put yourself under a test an hour every day. So what would you do? Accumulate all these 1 hours, and towards the weekend, give 2 mock tests. Yes. So on a Saturday, yes, give a mock test of 3 hours. Yes, a mock test of 3 hours. On a Sunday, give another mock test of 3 hours. So when I say 3 hours, I mean the entire test. Yes, a full length mock test. Yeah. So when you give a full length mock test, when you ensure that you are not only learning, you are not only applying what you're learning, but you're also putting yourself under a test, this will eventually increase your chances of covering most of the areas. Yes. So you need to ensure that you cover most of the area so that if anything is asked from elsewhere, you would be prepared. Yes. Number two, when it comes to VA and RC, right? Verbal ability, at least with vocabulary, I can say that these are the set of words that you need to read. Yes, these are the set of words that you need to remember in order to get the meanings of the statements, right? Get the meanings of the words, understand what different idioms are, phrases are. Yes, all of that. But when it comes to reading comprehension, right? Yes, what is that you will learn about reading comprehension? You can't really learn anything about reading comprehension. Yes, once that you've learned what different question types are and how should your approach change for every question type, that is fixed. You can't keep learning about reading comprehension every now and then. That basically means what? This amount of time, right? This amount of time, the time that you are supposed to spend for learning, would go off in what? Reading. Yes. So you would have to start reading something. Yes, you would have to start reading newspapers. Yes, you will have to start reading magazines or yes, journals. Yes, you would have to start reading articles, online articles, all of that. Yes, so all of this would be a part of this, right? Even when it comes to vocab, you can't really just have a list of words in your hand saying that this is a flashcard, I have 10 words, I will remember the words and the meanings. It doesn't work that way, right? So what would you have to do? You would have to put those words into practice. Yes, you would have to put those words into practice. That basically means these 2 hours that you spend, right? These 2 hours that you spend when it comes to reading comprehension or VARC, yes, or in the remaining hours, right? When you spend 3 hours, you spend about remaining 21 hours doing what? Yes, so you'd probably be watching something, you'd probably be reading something, you'd probably be in a meeting, probably doing some work, right? Whatever is assigned to you. During that, somehow slip in, yes, one or two articles. Yes, slip in one or two articles. Yes, when let's say you are waiting on your dinner table or lunch table, right? What do you do there? Yes, you wait. Yes, you basically wait, you do nothing. Yeah. So when you're waiting for something, when you have about 10-15 minutes of time, quickly slip in a small article, or quickly try to read a word. Yes, try to find out a new word and understand its meaning. Yes. So when you try to accommodate, right? When you try to accommodate, different the different concepts that are tested in CAT in your daily schedule, what would happen? You would start becoming better at it by virtue itself. Yes, So you will not just prepare yourself for the test, but you will prepare yourself for that subject altogether. Yes. Do you understand? So naturally what would happen, your language skills would increase because you learned these words, you read these articles, you decided to speak something about whatever you like. Yes, like a Toastmasters club, but for yourself alone, or if you have a club, it's even better. Yes, this would ensure that you don't only enrich yourself for the test, but you enrich yourself from the inside, so you become a better person personally. Yes, so this is something that you will have to follow. Yeah, but definitely you need to ensure that you give somewhere around 3 to 4 hours on a daily basis during a weekday, and during a weekend you will have to give somewhere around 6 to 8 hours, where you will have to spend extra on the mock test that you give. Yes, extra on the mock test that you give. Got it? So extra 3 hours on the mock test. Are you understanding this? Are you able to fetch this? Yes. Okay, any questions? Okay, अंकुर, पढ़ाते पढ़ते पढ़ते नींद, अच्छा पढ़ते पढ़ते नींद आने लगती है. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about that. Yes. Okay, of course. Anchal, go ahead, ask. Pooja Lakshmi, best book for quantitative aptitude. वहीं पे रहना. अच्छा ठीक है. You have the standard books, right? The big names. Yes, you have Quantitative Aptitude for CAT by Arun Sharma. You have Quantum, Quant from Sarvesh Verma. You can use that. If you are looking for more questions to practice, you can use R.S. Agarwal's books for practice alone. Yes, I think that would answer your question. Correct, Ankush. Yes. So if you want to cover the basics, if you think you're not strong with the basics, then you will have to go through, books from your past. Yes. NCRT books best for this. Yes. From 6th till 10th. Yes. Mathematics books best for this. Yes. Anchal, okay. Books for mock tests, Yugant. Books, I would rather want you not to take mock tests from books, but to take it from, a computer-based platform. Yes, I would want you to start taking mocks from computer-based platforms, because CAT is a CBT. It's a computer-based test. Yes. So I would not want you to practice on a book and then, suddenly when a computer screen is shown in front of you, you become clueless. That shouldn't happen. Yes. So start taking mocks, but then start taking them on computer-based platforms. Yes. On the Unacademy app, also you have a lot of, free mock tests, paid mock tests also. Yes. So figure them out. There are many in the, in the market right now, right? The entire internet is filled with them. Yeah, so just figure out which one suits you and then pick that up, but make sure it's more of a computer based than a book based. Yes. Okay, Anchal, so what I would suggest for you, Anchal, if you are just starting now, yes, I would want you to continue with the live sessions. Yes, I don't want you to miss out the live sessions, right? Continue with the live sessions, but because what is done may not be repeated, in that case you will have to cope with that. Yes, so you will have to cope with whatever was done in the previous part. Yes, so you'll have to do both simultaneously. Yes, but I would rather want you to start focusing on things that are going on live right now. Yes, great. Shubham, okay, all right. Okay, well, I'll start taking questions. Okay. The next thing that you have to identify, right? So for you to split your schedule, acha, let's get back on track here. I'll answer your questions, don't worry. Yes. So for you to understand what should your schedule be, right? For you to understand what should your schedule be, yes, you will have to first identify what kind of a person you are. Yes, are you someone of a morning bird type, or are you someone of a night owl type? Yes. Ultimately the saying that says, the early bird gets the worm. Yes, that has nothing to do with CAT and its score. Yes, because it doesn't matter if you are early or late. What matters is if you are efficient. So we are going to rewrite the quote here. It's not early bird, it is efficient bird gets the worm. Yes. Do you get this? Yes, efficient bird gets the worm. Yes. So what you have to ensure is first find out if you are a morning person or a night person. Yes. Because if you think that you can change who you are in these times. Yes. See, according to a study, yes, they say that a person takes about on an average 60 days. Yes, on an average 60 days to change the routine. Yes, to change the routine of a person, to change the behavior of a person. Yes, it takes about 60 odd days to do that. Do you really have this amount of time? Do you really have this amount of time to change who you are and then start preparing? Of course not. Yes. So you will have to go with whoever you are and how much ever time you get. Yes. So if you are a morning person, start taking advantage of the silent days. Because now I understand under this situation, all of your family members would be at home. Yes. So post 9 a.m. Yes, after 9 a.m. it would become very difficult for you to focus on something. Yes, unless and until you have a separate place for yourself and there's zero distraction. That doesn't happen usually. Yes. So 9 a.m. After 9 a.m. it's not possible, which means whatever should happen before 9 a.m. Yeah. So you decide whether you want to wake up a little early in the morning and then fix this 4 hours on the weekdays. Yes. Or if you are a night person, right? If you are someone who is a night owl, then in that case, what should you do? Till 6 p.m. you will be working. It'll take you, you'll go up until 8 p.m. to settle down. Yes, you will have your dinner, you'll probably refresh yourself. Yes. And then you will start at what? You will start at 10 p.m. Yes, because at 10 p.m. is when most of the world goes silent. Yes, so post 10 p.m. fix whatever are your 4 hours. Yes, so 10 p.m. till 2 p.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever that suits for you. Yes. Are you getting this? So I don't want you to change who you are. Yes, I don't want you to change who you are. Find out who you are and then just stick to that. That is your virtue. Just stick to that. Yes, don't be in this gray area, right? Do not think that I will somehow accommodate myself in this gray area. That's not possible. Yes, can't say that okay thoda subah padenge thoda raat mein padenge. That's not possible. Yes, so you'll have to ensure you fix a point in time. Yes, if you are someone from category B, so this is clearly for people from category A. If you are someone from category B, then you can decide what should be the best time for you. Yes, if it should be early morning. So when I say early morning or night, yes, late night, I mean you should be able to give your 100% during that. That means there should not be any distractions. Yes, zero distractions. Be it with respect to your social life. Yes, your personal life. Nothing. Yes, zero distractions during this area. Do you get this? Yes, very nice. अच्छा रजत सुबह में गर्मी रहती है अच्छा ठीक है whatever that suits you. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Anchal, I think I've answered your question. Shubham, how should you improve your vocab? So for you to improve vocab, right, you will have to start bringing in these words into your life. Yes, bring these words into your life, and this would help you understand the words, not only remember the meaning, but understand the words and see how you can use them. Yes. So the only way one can master vocabulary is by bringing them into life. Yes, which means if there is a word, I have to assign that word to some particular event that has happened for me to remember it. Yes, you need to start using different tools, right? There are a lot of tools. There are the root words that are helpful. Yes, but these are not foolproof. Apart from that, there are mnemonics that you can use. Yes, that will help you remember. These are some memory tricks and all that. Yeah, but ultimately unless you can bring them into your life, it's not possible for you to master vocab. Yes. Rajat, yeah, you can stick to the same names, Rajat. You can stick to the same names because LRDI is essentially mathematics with reasoning. That's it. Yes. So once you have identified, once you have, either getting back here, right? Once you have identified if you are a morning bird or a night owl, start sticking to that. Yes. Do not make the switch every now and then because, like I said, it would take you some days. So when I say 60 days, probably it seems a little too much for you, right? But try this out, try this out. Learn a new habit. Yes, learn a new habit and see how long does it take for you to become your natural behavior, your, character, your virtue. Yes. Are you getting this? Yes. So identify who you are and then start working on that. Yes. Next thing that you'll have to keep in mind, guys, is to find the balance. Now, usually what happens, a lot of them who, start preparing for CAT, not only for CAT, for any other test, right? If you've seen people who prepare for NEET, you've seen people who prepare for the JEE also, right? They start taking things a little too seriously. Yes, they start taking things a little too seriously. Ultimately what happens, the rest of your life, right? When you start taking one part of your life a little too seriously, what happens, the rest of your life starts collapsing. Yes. Now you will also have to ensure that you prepare adequately, but do not let go of your life. Yes. So this is a very thin line. Yes, this is a very thin line which you'll have to ensure you maintain. Yes, the balance is stuck at a very small area. Yes. So if you are preparing, let's say for 4 to 5 hours every day on an average, yes, then you will have to ensure you do something on the other side to balance the rest of your life. Yes. And when I say rest of your life, I'm talking about everything, right? I'm talking about your social life. Yes, I'm talking about your personal life. Yes, I'm also talking about what you think, yes, you should be doing, right? The me time also should be given to you every now and then. Yes, you should do what you like doing. Yes. So social life would probably be, friends, relatives, family. Yes. Personal time would probably be you following your hobbies, right? So this is for friends, family, relatives, every now and then catching up on Zoom, because I would not obviously appreciate you going outside and catching up with them. Yes. So having a Zoom meeting every now and then, or just chatting with your friends, whatever that helps you, right? Going on Instagram, whatever that helps you, balance this out to identify what's happening around you. Because what happens when people start preparing, when people start taking one part of their career too seriously, they start omitting everything else out of it, right? Everything else becomes oblivious to them. They later come outside and then figure out which year it is, what is happening, what's happening around the world, what's happening with people. So you need to find the right kind of balance. Yes. And unless you do this, the moment you start realizing that the preparation has increased the amount of stress in you, yes, one part of you would want to give up. Yes, but would you want to give up? Of course not. So what would you do? Before you can reach the threshold itself, right? Before the stress level goes above the recommended level, start balancing it. Yes. So give some time. So what you can do is split your time in the ratio 2:1 again. Yes. So if you spend 2 parts preparing, spend one part doing whatever you do with the rest of your life. Yes. So family, friends, relatives, your hobbies. Yes. If you want to, hobbies could be anything, right? Anything, watching movies, whatever. And me time would be you just spending your time in peace. Yes, not doing anything. Yes, not doing anything, just spending your time in peace. And you require that because you would need a reality check every now and then. Yes, the me time will keep giving you the reality check that you require. Yes, and every time you start telling yourself that, yes, I have everything sorted, I can now move on with the plan that I have. Yes, every time you start accumulating all that stress, all the strain that you've been putting on yourself, one day what would happen, it's much like a volcano, right? A volcano does not decide one fine day to, okay, yeah, today I'm going to burst. No. Yes, it starts accumulating the amount of pressure, right, from years. Yes, that's why you don't see, too frequent volcanic eruptions at a particular place, because it takes some years to accumulate the pressure that it requires under it. And then one fine day, what happens? Kaboom. Yes. So to avoid that, to avoid being a volcano, right? Because the consequences of this, yes, the consequences of this would be what? Too bad. Yes, very bad consequences, something that you wouldn't want, to come up. Yes. So to avoid all of this, first itself find out the balance and decide how much time you'll be spending on the rest of your life and how much time you'll be spending on preparation. Yes. So I'll tell you what you can do, right? But first things first, what you need to understand is that health is greater than anything else. Yes, health is greater than everything else. Yes, because unless and until you are healthy, especially in these times, under these circumstances, yes, you cannot afford to fall sick. Yes, you cannot afford to fall sick. Ultimately, what would happen? A big fuss out of that would be created, and you would take at least a week's time to come out of that. And you would have spent some amount of time, right? You would have spent some amount of time to get used to the routine. Yes, this basically means what? After a break, you will again have to spend those amount of times just to get yourself back on the track. Yes. So instead, what you would do, you would start taking care of your health right from the beginning. Yes. And when I say health, I don't always mean physical health. Yes. Because when I say health, I'm talking about you having a healthy body plus you having a healthy mind, because both of them are required for you to be perfect for preparation. Yes, you cannot have, perfectly ripped body. Yes, 0% fat and all that, but then in your mind you have too much, other things running. Yes, you won't be able to focus. Similarly, at the same time, you have a healthy mind, but if your body is not, supporting that, then ultimately what would happen? One of these two things would break down and you would need a break. Yes. So you will have to ensure you rewire yourself, you hardwire yourself in such a way that you spend enough time to keep yourselves healthy. Yes, which means both healthy body and healthy mind. Yes. So what you can do for a healthy body. Yes. You tell me, guys, drop it in the chat box. What do you do to ensure you have a healthy body? Yes. How many of you exercise? Yes. How many of you, okay, so what do you do to ensure you have a healthy body, right? How many of you exercise? Yes. How many of you, I don't know, pick up weight? Yes. How many of you, so when I say exercise, I mean, general exercise, just pull ups kind of exercise. How many of you are into, weightlifting and all? Yes, not too hardcore, or, just beginning or whatever, right? So you'll have to ensure you continue that, right? You can start cycling if you haven't, you can start jogging if you haven't, right? But you'll have to ensure you keep yourself safe while doing all this. Yes, you'll have to ensure that you don't mess up with everything else, keeping in mind that this has to happen. Yeah, every now and then to make your body believe that it is doing some physical activity. Yes, you can every now and then start giving yourself some, quick exercises. Yes. So you're preparing and you suddenly feel, a little bit of strain in one part of your body. Immediately get up, do some stretches, do some lunges, do some crunches, just walk around here and there, jog, skip, whatever that helps you to make sure that the engine keeps running. Yes, because once your body starts believing that no, it has become a vegetable. Yes, you understand what a vegetable is? Yes, a vegetable is when the mind is working but the body does not support that, right? So once you become a vegetable, then it becomes very difficult for you to start gaining the stamina, and stamina is extremely important here. Yes. Number two, to ensure that you have a healthy mind. Yes, you can do anything that would help you do that. Yes, let's say meditation, a very powerful tool. Yes, a very powerful tool to ensure that your body is charged up. Yes. And apart from meditation, anything else that will keep your mind happy. Yes. Let's say music. How many of you listen to music? Yes. How many of you listen to music? Music is extremely important as well. Yes. Plus anything else, right? If you are into, if you think that, a lot of people think that, art gives them peace of mind. Yes. So you can rely upon that. You can, if you are good at painting, if you're good at, making sketches, whatever, start doing that. Yes. All of these, right, when done at the right amount, yes, when done in the right amount at the right time, would ensure that your health does not get affected at all. Yes. Apart from this, what would affect both at the same time is healthy food. Yes, you will have to ensure that you start eating healthy food. Yes, you will have to ensure that you keep yourself hydrated. Yes, all of these would be away from, the physical activities and the mental activities that you do, right? Healthy food and hydration is extremely important for you to ensure that nothing happens to your mind or body. Yes. Very good. Superb. Shubham, Harsh, if you are a singer, very nice. Yes. You do every work at home. Very nice. Very good. Correct. Exactly. Amrit, this particular session is specially for you guys, right? People who have too many things running. Yes. So Amrit is a 12th standard student, and he's saying that he has an issue with managing time for preparing for his boards and also for IPMAT. Yes. Under these situations, yes, you will have to ensure that you find the right kind of balance. Yes. Wow, very nice, Shubham. Very good. Yes. Superb, guys. Yes. Okay. Now you will have to ensure. So to keep yourself, busy, to keep yourself, from losing it, what you'll have to do, you will have to start doing what you love. Yes. If you are into sports, ensure you find some time for that sports. Yes. The me time that I was talking about, you can start, playing some sports, but you will have to ensure that the timing does not coincide with the time of your preparation. Yes. If you are into music, making music, singing, listening to music, appreciating music, writing reviews about music, anything, yes, start doing that. If you are into art, again, making art, just uploading art, just looking at art and admiring, whatever, yes. Reading also, yes. If you are into reading, right, I know this reading is different from the reading that you do for your preparation. Yes, this reading is different from the reading that you do for preparation. Yes. So when I say reading, I'm talking about what? I'm talking about novels. Yes. I'm talking about some small stories. Yes. So I'm talking about some small stories, stories or whatever. Yes. So if you are into this and this gives you a peace of mind, then you'll have to separate it from the preparation that you do, right? You will obviously learn a lot, right? You will obviously learn a lot from doing this, but this has to be separated from the preparation that you do, right? And then obviously video games, right? If you are one of those PUBG guys, yes, do not think what rest of the people say, that play video games, you actually dull. It's not true. Yes, people actually don't dull out when they start playing video games. Instead, there are a lot of studies, a lot of research that says that people's brain activity, right, people's brain activity has seen its max. Yes, has seen its max when they play the kind of game that they enjoy. Yes. So if you are someone who is into multiplayer games, start doing that. If you are someone who is into single player games or whatever, start doing that. Yes. But you will have to ensure you do something. I'm not saying start doing this alone. Yes, I'm talking about everything else. So all of this basically is what? Your hobbies or interests. Yes. You can also include watching movies. You can also include watching shows. Yes. You can also include other hobbies, like gardening, if you are into that, if that gives you relief. Cooking, if that gives you relief. Yes, anything. But you'll have to ensure the right amount of it is done. Yes, unless and until the right amount of it is done, you would not be able to understand the difference between what you are doing, what you must be doing. Yes, clear? Yeah, super. Very good, guys. Very nice. हाँ अमृत एग्जैक्टली टाइम टेबल फॉलो नहीं होता है, क्या करना है सर, राइट? टाइम टेबल बना लेता हूं सर, आई एम वेरी गुड एट मेकिंग द टाइम टेबल, बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू फॉलो इट. यस, this usually happens with people who are both a perfectionist, yes, at the same time they are also a procrastinator. Yes, so if you are someone who wants things to be perfect, but you have also become a procrastinator over the time, you will have to work on this. Yes, you will have to ensure that for the first few times, right, for the first few days or weeks, you will have to push yourself. Yes, you'll have to push yourself. So find different reasons to identify what this push is. Ultimately, this push is nothing but a placebo. Yes, something that will tell you that if you do this, this will happen. Yes, if you do this, this will happen. Moreover, if you are someone who is who finds difficulty in waking up, yes, and to start something, start with something that you like. Yes, don't start with something that you are most likely to give up with. Yes, for example, if you are someone who is into math, yes, start your day with some brisk calculation activities. Yes, there are so many apps available, right? There's so many apps available that will give you an exercise on calculation, right? Random numbers would be thrown, random operations would be thrown, and you will have to do that. What this will do is put your engine on running mode. Yes, so from parking it will move into what? Drive mode. Yes, after you are in the drive mode, only then you would be able to go into the race mode or the speed mode, right? So you cannot immediately turn on your engine and start revving it up to go at 100. Yes, that's not possible, at least not for most of us, right? Unless and until you are a Ferrari, that is not possible. Yes, because most of us are the regular cars. Yes, so we need some kind of brisking up, and then we can pick up the speed naturally. Yes, if you are someone who likes English, right, then start your day with just going through some new words. Yes, go through some new words, whatever that would help you push it. Yes, super. Great. Okay, Sulaksa is into boxing. Very nice. Super. By fighting, okay, I thought you meant boxing only. Okay. Great. Super. Okay. Now to keep in mind, guys, that you have everything covered, right? To ensure that you have everything covered, yes, what would you have to keep in mind? Yes, you will have to ensure that, yeah, you will have to ensure. Okay, so let's do it here itself, right? So to ensure that you maintain what you make, right? The plan after making, you have to maintain that. Yes, for that, what would you have to do? You would have to ensure that you do something to keep pushing yourself, to keep giving yourself the boost. Yes, so what you can do now is of your 24 hours. Yes, so this would be a very brief or very vague split up of your time. 24 hours, yes. 12 hours for essentials. Yes, 12 hours for what? Essentials. What do you mean by essentials? Sleeping, eating, bathing and all that. Yes, the remaining 12 hours, you will have to ensure that you split it this way. Yes, 8 hours if you prepare, then 4 hours you will have to do something for refreshing yourself. Yes, if you are a working professional, so this can be followed for a weekend. Yes, this can be followed for a weekend. Yes, 8 hours for what? Preparation. 4 hours for doing something that will fetch you the motivation to start prepare. Get it? Yes. On the weekdays, however, what you can do is, if you are going to spend about 4 hours to prepare, then you can spend 1 hour on making yourself comfortable with the preparation. Clear? So this is for weekend. This is for the weekday. Cool. Yes. Do you guys have any questions? Uh, Ankush, I think it's only for you it's buffering. For others, it's all comfortable. Is it still buffering, guys? Or are we good here? Yes. All right. Now for individual problems, right? Individual problems, what you can do is you can feel free and text us. Yes, you can text any of us. Yes. This is the usual time when you would see us on YouTube on this particular channel, right? 5 p.m. you will see Ashish sir taking LR and DI. 6 p.m. you will see me taking quantitative ability. At 7 p.m. you would see Bobby ma'am taking verbal ability and reading comprehension, and at 8 p.m. you will see Prateek sir taking quantitative ability again, right? Apart from these times, whatever extra time that you have, you will have to manage them properly. Yes. So you can always feel free. You can always feel free and talk to one of us, right? Talk to one of us. Yes. This here is the ID to this here is the link to the group that we have on Telegram. Yes, if you haven't already joined it, go ahead and join. And also for people who are still not planned on preparing, yes, I would seriously suggest you start with the subscription that we have on the learning app. Yes, on the Unacademy's learning app, the subscription, we have the live classes and the interaction with educator that we normally do. Yes, the interaction is extremely important, because otherwise you could probably just look at a book and learn. Yes, or you can just watch a recorded video and learn. The interaction here is extremely important. And the live polls and leaderboards will help you understand where you are with respect to the competitors, your peers, your other people who would be taking the test, right? Your test mates, you can call them. Yes. So the leaderboard and live polls will help you understand how much time did you take to answer a question, whether you got the right answer or not. Yes. And how many questions were you able to answer back to back. All of that would be judged. Yes. And obviously for the mocks that we were talking about, right? For the mocks that we were talking about, you have the test series and its analysis that is readily available on the app. You can take that also, and the analysis is extremely good to help you understand what are your strong areas and the weak areas. Yes. Ultimately, the cherry on the top is what? Live doubt clearing sessions. You prepare something, you identify some doubts. What do you do with it? Take a picture, upload it. Every fourth day you will have a live doubt clearing session and all your doubts would be answered. Yes. Okay, Rahul, plus का मतलब ऐसा plus is basically a subscription model where we take classes on a regular basis. Yes, where you get to talk with the educator one-on-one, where you get to decide where you are with respect to your competitors. Yes, जहाँ पे whenever you have a doubt, you can immediately post a picture and get that sorted. Yes, where you have access to unlimited number of educators. Yes, interaction not just with one educator but with multiple educators, right? More than 100 educators, all top of their class. Yes, you can talk to them, you can identify who is your educator, which educator are you comfortable with. Yes, and the mock tests here are amazing. Yes, the entire interface is so good that it will make you feel like you are taking an actual test. Yes. Of course, Ansh, of course. Yes, we can talk about that. Right now we are running out of time though, Ansh. Yes, but if you don't mind, can you text us? Yes, can you text me on Telegram, Instagram, wherever? Yes, and I'll be way more than glad to help you. Yes. Okay, so if you haven't already thought about taking the plus, at least download the Unacademy's learning app, because a lot of free sessions also keep happening, right? And once you are comfortable with the free sessions, then you can consider taking the paid ones also. Yeah. So here the subscription, the price is very nominal, right? Very, very nominal. Yes. Less than 1,000 rupees a month for someone who is in their pre-final year. For someone who is in their final year, the 12-month package would be way more than enough, less than 1500 a month. And there are obviously no cost EMIs also. Keeping in mind the situation currently, there are no cost EMIs also. And if you use my code Surana Live, yes, you would be getting what? An additional 10% discount. And you will be letting me know that you have joined Plus because I had suggested you to do so. Yes. My okay, my Telegram ID is the same. This is my Telegram ID, Surana Live. Yes, this is also my Telegram and my Instagram ID. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you very much. It was a great time talking to you. Yes, if you have any more questions, please feel free to talk. Yes, we are always up for some conversations. Yes. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'm gonna take a leave. All the best, guys. Stay safe. Keep learning. Let's crack it.